Hey, what's up, Moth? Today I'm about to tell y'all about guitar makers that y'all need to stay away from. Keep in mind, I've not personally gotten guitars from everyone on here, but I've heard through the grapevine about them. Also, make sure y'all don't go after any of these people because a lot of them just don't know that their guitars are bad because they suck at the game at the same time, so they can't like accurately test them. And at the end of the video, I'll give y'all some people you should get guitars from. But anyways, first off, I gotta start off with the most obvious one that isn't really a custom like guitar maker as to why it's the first one, just to get it out of the way. But never buy a Riffmaster. This is just a Rock Band guitar reskin and it fucking sucks. The only person I saw using it on Clone Hero tried to press me because I said that sliding your fingers across the guitar was called slide tapping, and he was arguing that it was called tornado tapping, and everyone calls it that. If you buy this guitar, just be prepared to be at the bottom of the barrel in skill and never improve. Next person I got is Turvy, who's a pretty popular guitar modder, and this person charges a lot for guitars that sure sometimes are good, and I've heard a lot of people that have had good experiences. But I heard someone that had a really bad experience with trying to repair their guitar, who unfortunately does not want to be named. But I've also heard from none other than Carney Jared that he got a guitar from Turvy, and Turvy put the wrong size PCB in and it didn't even fit the guitar. And this isn't like an easy thing to mistake, by the way. You can tell so easily if the PCB is the wrong size, but Turvy's dumbass just didn't care. He was very money hungry, and speaking of Jared, he got all the clout off him and was basically begging for attention whenever he was in stream just to make sure he could get Jared's viewers to buy from him. And a lot of them did, and he definitely made a decent bag just off the Jared promo. But during all of this, he was talking a ton of shit about Jared behind his back. And when yours truly brought it up in Jared's server, he threw a tantrum, and I know that's kind of off topic, but it's just really funny to me. But if y'all want to know more about the situation, I'll leave the video in the description of me describing the whole thing. And FYI, he also supports Friff and is a regular in his Discord server, so yikes. Next is a person who I have personal history with their guitars, which is Red Strike, and I'll blame this on Gorilla, whom vouched for this motherfucker, but his guitars are so ass, bro. I've heard from so many people how fragile they are, and I've had the same issue. My first guitar arrived with a broken strum bar, and when I would standard strum it, it'd be a 2-2, and then when I'd rake it, it'd be a 4-4. And a couple minutes after I started playing on it, I snapped all the wires apart, which yes, that was partly my fault. But if it was made well, there's no way that would have happened. His soldering job was actually ridiculous. I wish I had a picture of it. And one of the bros had the same issue with a wire, and before they even got to play, they broke it too. So it's not like it's a single person issue. The second one stopped working, I think, a couple days after using it, and the frets that I got were not even fully printed, so they were unusable. But to be fair, he said himself he would send me a new set when he got filament, so I guess that's good. And he also said that he would repair for free, but not for free because I gotta pay shipping, which is a good thing to do, even though he didn't have to. However, there should be no reason I need to send a guitar back after 30 minutes of getting it. Next, kind of a 2-in-1 here, but I'll single someone out real quick. Angel Custom Guitars, whom are a group of people that have guitars that most definitely are not worth the price. These motherfuckers are charging $200 for an Arduino. Like, what are we doing? You can do this shit yourself for like $70, but they are charging a $130 service fee. Are we dead us? Surely, like, get that bag, but like charging $220 for a shitty ass RGB Les Paul, like, what are we doing? If y'all don't know about these people, they are Clone Hero's newest industry plant, and I don't really know where the fuck they came from, but apparently they were following in Turvy's footsteps and went over to Jared to get some clout off of him to sell their overpriced guitars. But speaking of the 2-in-1 thing, I was talking about overpriced mech frets guitar as a whole. If you're paying over $150 for mech frets in 2025, you're getting scammed. These Etsy motherfuckers have been price fixing and just keep raising the price for this bullshit. I think even $150 is too expensive, but I understand that at least, because it's fuck mech frets in general. Do not buy these, bro. I know it seems cool, guitars with mech switches in them. You think it's just like switching from a membrane keyboard to a mechanical one. I mean, like, you are basically doing that literally, but like metaphorically, it's the opposite. Think about how many top players are using mechs versus how many top players are using silicone. The good player that uses mechs is Ornej, and that's just because that motherfucker makes them into 4/4 frets. But as for an actual good guitar modder who I will rep until I die, is Guitars and Scarves, also known as Notes and Knits. I'll put their Twitter link in the description. They have the highest quality guitars I've ever gotten in my life. They are extremely good and such high quality. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It amazes me how high quality the guitars are. And the person running it also does art on the Les Paul faceplates, and she's really good at that shit. It should be obvious, but I'm not getting paid to say this. She's just really good at what she does. Like, I'm just glazing because she deserves it. Her guitars are crazy. If y'all know about Prank's Galaxy guitar, that's where he got it from, and Kanye has a guitar from them. My first Kramer and Red World tour came from them. If you have seen those, that Kramer was fucking insane. Oh my god, that was broke. And the only reason that the both of them are broke, well, the World Tour I broke by like, the reason why I glaze how high quality the guitars are is because I needed to get the wire out of the World Tour PCB to plug it into a new guitar, and it hurts so bad thinking about it now. I was outside slamming this guitar, throwing it as hard as I can on concrete just to get it open because I couldn't get the screws out because I didn't have a screwdriver, and usually I can just pry the guitars open, but it was so high quality, bro. I was smashing it on concrete and it did not break. Also, Ryan makes good guitars, but I think he doesn't sell them like that. He just sold me one because he had an extra one, probably, I don't know, and that's my main guitar right now. Anyways, if y'all like this video, make sure to like and give me more ideas in the comments, bro. I'm begging. Also, I've recently been going live on TikTok every morning at 6 a.m. EST, so if y'all want to watch me at ReptarCH on TikTok. Anyways, peace, motherfuckers.